My student went from ball striking misery to ball striking perfection, and that was with just one simple drill, because he was chronically hitting behind the golf ball, continuously fatting it, but also throwing in the occasional thin and top shot, but also hitting a big slice out to the right. So this one drill fixed all those issues. So for any of you struggling with any of those issues, this is going to be brilliant. And what this drill is, it's the ball forward drill. So what we do, we have the ball at the front of the stance, the club out the middle, and all we try to do is make contact with the golf ball as solidly as possible. So what the ball forward drill ultimately does, it forces the body to shift more to be able to hit the golf ball. Because you've got that big gap between ball and club, your body has to get more on that left side in the downswing to be able to make contact with it. If you don't do that, you're going to hit behind it, you're going to thin it, you could even miss the golf ball. So for us, weight shift is so important to be able to hit solid golf shots. Because the better you shift your weight forward, the more the low point moves after the golf ball, and then you're going to be hitting ball than turf. So you can imagine doing that movement and then having the ball in a normal spot after the drill is going to create great ball striking. So for my student, really what this massively helped with, one, it self-organized so many things in his golf swing. So it first and foremost, as you can see here from the before and after, it really centered his backswing better. He really chronically moved off the golf ball. He had this big kind of movement off away where he was overly loading, shifting the weight far too much and moving off the golf ball. Now, when you do that and you move the whole body, so many golfers are trying to move the whole weight of their body to the right for right-handed golf in the backswing. That means you've got to move way more to the left to be able to hit a good golf shot. So that's like we said before, for you to hit a good golf shot, the low point has to be after the golf ball to hit ball than turf. If you do not shift your weight enough to where, let's say the low point is controlled by where the left pec is, if that left pec doesn't get considerably after the ball, you're going to hit the ball poorly. So if you're back here, how far have I got to now go to get my left pec from behind the golf ball to in front of it? A massive amount of difference. So just having that ball at the front of the stance and the club out the middle with that gap, he instinctively just stayed more centered. We didn't really work at all on staying more centered. Just that drill did it for him, because with this drill, if I move off the golf ball, I'm way too far away now. There's no hope I'm going to hit that shot. Let's even give one a go. There we go, fast it. I tried to move back, but generally there was not enough time for me to do that. So the body will instinctively learn, okay, what's it got to do to be able to strike that ball solidly from here? It's got to stay more centered. So your body will naturally stay more centered to be able to strike that golf ball. So that's a huge, huge thing that helped us. So guys, a brand new course is now live on my skill list, and that is Fixing Your Early Extension Masterclass. And in this course, absolutely everything you need to know about how to fix early extension and everything you need to know about early extension and what causes it. So we get into the root causes, everything that causes that problem, and in depth. And then we get into exactly what to do to fix each one of those root causes with the optimized practice structure. And with all my students, you see, let's say from my YouTube videos here, where I do videos on how they fix their early extension, those crazy big gains they make in a very short space of time, it's the same practice structure I've used with every single one of those students that have achieved massive success in fixing this problem fast. Early extension is only a big issue in the golf swing if you don't know how to tackle it. When you know how to tackle it, it is very straightforward, and I give you all the tools to be able to fix it in no time in this course. So there's a link in the description that takes you straight to my Skillist page, so the website of Skillist, and if you scroll down you'll see online courses, it will be right there. Brand new course, absolutely brilliant. There's tons of info in there. It's absolutely going to be the most comprehensive guide to fix your early extension that you've ever seen online. So the second thing, absolutely, it helps him shift more, which is where the great deal of ball strike improvement came from. So just like we said, the drill naturally kept him more centered, not moving off the ball. So he had way more realistic of a chance to shift his body to the left. Brilliant. So just like we said, with that ball at the front, club out the middle, your body will naturally do what it can to hit that ball solidly, and it did that exactly for my student, and that was getting way more weight shift. It is a natural thing. You don't have to try to do it to hit that ball. Your body will just subconsciously do it. So that's where it's absolutely brilliant, and that helped him tremendously. So that is the ball striking component done there. If you do this as well, you're going to get that great ball striking like my student. Now, thirdly, this massively helped with his slice and calmed down that slice. So ultimately, why this helped with that ball forward drill doing that is because he was a classic over-the-top swinger. He had a big out-to-in path, but if that ball, of course, was in this ball forward position from this drill, and he massively swung over the top, he could easily just chop right on the inside of the ball line, miss it, or completely toe shank it. So for him to keep and move through that golf ball with good striking, his club had to travel through the club more neutral. It had to do it. So that would calm down the club path, make it a little bit more neutral to hit some straighter shots. So immediately calm down the path just to get nice contact. If he swung over the top, he would really chop across it, glancing blow, you probably missed the golf ball. So again, this is all instinctive. He didn't try to control that path with this drill. The drill just did it for him, which is why, you know, I talk about this drill a little bit on the channel, because it's a really, really good drill, and I think all of you should go and do it. I do this all the time before I even go play around a golf. It gets the body moving nicely, gets the path on a good spot. So, okay, it's got to really straighten up that path as well. So, absolutely brilliant thing to do. You could do this with driver as well. It's really useful for hitting up on it. I made a video recently about John Rahm doing it, but for irons, absolutely brilliant. So at number 4, it massively helped him fix his early release. Again, looking at the before, look at that early release he had throwing the club into the golf ball. Now, this is one huge thing to create a little bit more lean. And as we can see with the after, he was in a much better shaft position. So why that helps so much? Because of course, in the golf swing, what we're doing, we're moving towards the target. Now, because he was always so far behind that golf ball and always struggling to get on it, he had to throw his hands and arms to get onto that golf ball to somewhat hit a good strike. So with us moving forward, because of the ball forward drill, the hands and arms would naturally move towards that target along with the body. Getting good weight shift is a really important component to getting compression and shaft lean. So that's really helped him just from that. So again, if you want to compress the golf ball more, you want to start to get that shaft leaning a little bit more forward or get it more to around neutral, stop your early release. This is going to be another one that's going to be so instrumental for you to get there. Now, of course, all those 4 areas that we just talked about, pretty much all of you can improve one of those areas. Even me being a professional, I could work on one of those areas, absolutely. So this is a drill that's really simple, that targets your subconscious. You don't have to really rack the brain and really focusing hard to be able to achieve the things you want to do, because you will just do it automatically. So, and then what we do after we do a ton of those reps, we put that ball in the normal spot, depending on what the club is, of course, and then still imagine that ball's out in the front. So again, got to imagine the ball's there, but you can see now it's at the middle of the stance. Boom, lovely strike. So absolutely, guys, you've got to rep it out to get from one to the other. A lot of people ask, I'm doing a drill brilliantly, but when I go to the ball, hitting it normally, I'm going back to my old swing. The answer to that is you haven't done enough of the drill. You need to do the drill tons and tons and tons. There's no boom, little thing that you're going to feel or do that's going to get you to do that movement. You're going to have to drill it. There's no way around it. So that's why obviously it takes years and years and years to become extremely good at golf. It's taken me a couple decades to get really good at golf. So it's going to take some time. It's not going to take a tremendous amount of time. My student here, it only took him about, really, I think it was even under a month we got those gains. So have a good practice and work hard at it. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video.